Hello, this is Sai. I am back today to talk to you about the importance of thinking healthy. The importance of thinking healthy. The importance of thinking healthy. Okay? We all make choices in a day, okay, on what we're going to eat. We make choices, what we're going to drink, how we're going to feel. Hello. So I got a chance to actually have my high coffee. How are you? And guess what I did with my high coffee? Okay, I got to tell you. You all, I like to keep it natural. So whatever ingredients that I add to it, I like to keep it natural. So with my high coffee, it has the green tea in there. You know what green tea is like. Great for antioxidants. It's just awesome. This coffee has 300 benefits in it, okay? So having this coffee on today like today. Hey, Brother Daryl. Hi, Kevin. Kevin, you got to try some of this coffee. You got to try this coffee. It is, even people that don't like coffee, because some people will say I don't like coffee. But even if you don't like coffee, this is actually a natural coffee, okay? And I don't even know why they call it coffee. They just need to say it's a natural supplement, because I'll use it as a meal supplement as well. So I really didn't have a lunch, so now I'm having my coffee as a meal supplement because it has great things in it. It has green tea. Now, you all know that green tea is good for you. Great antioxidants. It has Ganoderma. Ganoderma actually can stop the aging process. And it also has things in there for weight loss or maintaining your weight. Your weight at a good, and it curbs your appetite as well. And it fills you up. This is what I love it using as a meal supplement. Collagen. Do you all know what collagen is for? Actually, they have collagen can be used for weight loss. Collagen can be used. Hey, brother. Collagen can be used for elasticity of your skin, your muscles, so you won't have droopy skin if you're losing weight. It helps with the elasticity of the skin. So, I don't ever remember drinking a coffee that had this, great nutrients in it as well. It has a cappuccino flavor. Maca, moringa in it. You all know the benefits of moringa and maca. Just amazing. Well, what I did today when I came home and had my coffee, because I actually tried this yesterday. I usually put honey in there, right? I put honey as a little sweetener, not really a lot, but a little sweetener. But I added cinnamon in my coffee, you all. We all know that cinnamon has some great benefits as well. You all, once you try the coffee, you got to try some great natural additives as well, like a cinnamon, to kind of change the flavor or whatever. It has a cappuccino flavor, honey. I'm allergic to chocolate, right? So I can't have hot chocolate. But this is so amazing. I don't even need hot chocolate. And hot chocolate is like really not a part of a diet or benefits. I'm just saying. But so amazing. So amazing. You talk about treating myself. This is like, this is like the ultimate treating myself right, good, because I'm drinking some nutritious, great products. So I love my coffee, and I complete tasks. And it gives me that natural energy. So I have my hot coffee cup. I'm just saying. So this is my relax. After fighting the traffic, going about today and handling my tasks during the day. And then I come home to relax to my high coffee, and I'm not starving because my hot coffee actually takes care of a lot of the craving and it will give you energy. So if you're in a position or a job that you have to have energy, and by the time you eat that heavy lunch, you don't know what to do with yourself. You just want to nod and close your eyes and take a nap. Well, guess what? You don't have to nod and take a nap. You need to get some high coffee so you can be energized and focused and feel great. Okay? As well as when you detox your body. Remember I was talking about the immune system earlier? It's many detox out there. Now it's things that people call detox that are not detox. It's people have had bad experiences from going through things that were considered detox, and it wasn't detox, and it was really harsh on the system. And people have not had a detox for 30 or 40 or 50 years. So you could be the one that actually have gone through those things of never having a detox before. I didn't have a detox until I was in my 40s, late 40s. And yeah, I'm telling my age. But we can determine how we look. I mean, do you know all of those toxins age you? Do you know that when you're dehydrated and your system is not getting the water, it ages you? Do you know alcohol ages you? You know, it just depends on what products you're putting in your face, what you're drinking, what you're putting in your body. All of this stuff depletes your body, and it will age you. Because actually our bodies are miracles. You know why I know they're miracles? Because people put so much junk in and they are still walking this earth after years of not even giving the body any nutrients or different things that it actually needs to survive. And so that tells me that if you try a little bit to give your body some nutrients, some vitamins, water, sunshine, some positivity, would sprinkle with a little happiness and joy, I'm just saying, it will just revive itself. So when I talk about the nutrients that I have, and God knows, I never, ever, ever thought I would be in health and wellness. I never thought I would be talking about weight loss, because, you know, you see some of the pictures that I was shamefully posting with my big belly and wide hips and fat jaws and double chins. And trust me, that wasn't just something that I posted because I wanted everybody to see. It took a long time for me to post those pictures because I could not believe that I looked like that until I started losing the weight. But prior to that, people who've known me, who grew up with me in the town where I'm from, they knew that, okay, well, you were never that big. And you know, even after I had my kids, I was small. 4 children, I was small. But it was a period of time getting into my career, going, working on my degree, that it was very stressful. A lot of stressful things that came into my life all at one time. And I started to gain the weight and I could not stop. And so there was this period of time of very unhealthiness, you know, high cholesterol. I began to, because my stress level was so high. I was in a career that was really demanding and stressful, high sales. It was numbers driven. And even though they say it wasn't, but it was. It was so stressful that I had to be on 10 all the time. That means I never gave myself a chance to actually come down and relax. Taking a vacation was unheard of. You know, if you missed a day, it's almost like you missed a week. And you know, if it's numbers driven, it was the demand on my body. So with working at that pace and that level for such a long time, because trying to be the very best in my career, working on being the very best, which I was, it also left no room for me to be healthy because I was pushing myself past the point of into an unhealthy place. And so I began to make didn't have time to eat or exercise, eat well or exercise, and a lot of times I didn't have a chance to go out to lunch, and so I would eat junk and have junk at my desk or go through a fast food, and just my life was on just fast, go do it, go, 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 go. Don't think about it. And as a result, those things I ended up having, going in the ambulance, on high blood pressure pills. So many bad things started happening to me. And for me to get a hold of anxiety, it was so many things, and I couldn't get a hold of what was going on with me. And so I had to stop. The last time that I actually was in the hospital, they didn't know whether I was having a stroke or not. And my daughter actually worked in the medical field as an occupational therapist, and she was saying that there were people that were 40 years old, beautiful women, I mean, just healthy women before they had strokes. She said, you need to slow down. You need to take it easy. You need to pay attention to some of these things. So I began to take notice and pay attention and say, to myself, what am I doing? I gotta lose the weight. And I know some of you, your physician has said, if you lose the weight, you will then be taken off your meds, or reduced down until you can wean yourself off of those medication. And they say simple things like lose weight. And I remember I'm like, okay, lose weight. Okay, eat right. Eat right. What do you mean eat right? They assume that we know and understand what to eat. But you almost have to, break it down like this, because, physicians come in there, they hear your problems, they tell you, okay, this is what we got to address right now. And it's almost like a Band-Aid, And the reason why I say it's like a Band-Aid, because a lot of times we don't listen and we don't want to hear. Because I had been getting away with, that for so long, eating bad and making bad decisions, what's one more day? What's 2 more days? What's a week more? What's a month more? Until I really had to take notice of saying, okay, this is looking like a stroke. I left the hospital with a cane. Yes, with a cane. And I had a neurologist observing me as well. He said that there was a migraine that was mimicking a stroke, but my balance was completely off from it. And there was a sweet nurse, and she told me, she said, don't you depend on this cane at all. She said, don't you do that. She said, you begin to get yourself in a better place, in a healthier place. Do not depend on it. And so I'm glad she told me that, because I would have used that as a crutch, because I just didn't know what was going on with me. So I'm glad that I had that encouragement from her. So shout out to you nurses out there. Woo! Our nurses, and physicians as well. But I'm just saying that they get a chance to actually have more time with you and encourage you to do some other things as well. And I had another nurse. I was in the hospital at another time. I had a profuse cough, and I thought it was pneumonia. And she told me it was a side effect from one of the medications that I was taking for my high blood pressure. So I mean, it's just so many things that we're doing. We just don't know. You know how when the pharmacist, they give you that list and say, do you understand the medication that you're taking? You're like, yeah, I understand. You throw that thing in the trash and don't look at it again. But sometimes I read all the side. Okay, I can have severe diarrhea. Okay, I can have an attack. Okay, I can have an aneurysm. I can have, I can die from this. 1% have died. Do you really take this stuff seriously, or do you think, oh well, I'll be the one that won't be the 1%, so it doesn't bother me? I mean, we need to pay attention to begin to correct things in our lives. So when I got into health and wellness, it was by mistake, and I say mistake is because I never intended to actually be a business partner. I just wanted to take something to help myself. My husband he got me involved in actually being in the business because he's an entrepreneur. Okay, so I was like, I was used to, oh well, I want to take something for me. So, but my life changed when I began to show results and share. And when I began to share my before and after pictures, it's some pictures that I look at like, oh my God, why no one told me I look like that? I'm here to tell you, when you start losing weight and feeling better, and you look at this after in 90 days, in 6 months, and you look back at those pictures, you are going to be shocked. And you're going to say, why didn't someone tell me that I look like that? I'm telling you, you're going to say that when you start working on your body, you start working on being positive, inspired, motivated, lose that weight, begin to have healthier choices. That fried chicken and pork chop and fried bacon and all that you feel like you can't let go. When you start making better choices for your body and for you to eat to live and not live to eat, and you start seeing the results, you will not believe it. You won't believe it. You won't believe it. And I have never been a fan of saying, okay, big is in. I mean, and I don't want to offend anybody. I'm just saying, because I know with that comes complications. Trust me, I had swollen ankles. My back was hurting. My lower back, the muscles from the weight. My spine, the stomach pulling on that. I'm just saying, it wasn't my high blood pressure, just all kind of my high blood, I rebuke that right now. But anyway, I had high blood pressure. So I'm just saying, and you began to covet the sickness. You begin to say, oh, I'm taking this because I have high cholesterol, my high cholesterol, my high blood pressure, my this, my diabetes, you are covered in that thing like it's a baby. This is my stuff, and I want to keep it, and I want to keep it, and I want to take care of it. Stop it. Stop it. Because once you let that go and begin to heal in those areas, make decisions. See, those are decisions. Now, let's just say you were born blind. That's something that happened to you. But when you inflict sickness on yourself, when you make bad choices and you take that stuff in and start doing that stuff, that's self-inflicted sickness. Yes. It is. Oh, why she talking like that today? It is. All 15 sodas a day and not drinking any water. That's self-inflicted. Yeah, and my sugar high. You doing that to yourself. It wasn't like you were born without legs, or I wasn't born without legs or without arms. That's something that you were born without, or there's something that happened that was tragic. That was something that happened. But when you begin to do things to yourself, when you begin to drink alcohol every day, all day, 365 days a year, for 10 years straight, and you get cirrhosis of the liver, and you say, how did that happen? I drink water, but you drink alcohol every day. Your liver has to decipher through that alcohol, which is burning it to a frazzled whatever, okay? I didn't mean to go there that today, y'all. I didn't. I wanted to give y'all some love. I didn't mean to go on a tangent of saying if you drink alcohol, it's the highest possibility that it can ruin your one liver that works so hard to cleanse your body and get the nutrients and get the toxins out. We have to make better decisions. We can't blame it on anybody else. We can't. Well, I live with someone, you could say to yourself, well, I live with someone and they smoke all the time and I'm inhaling smoke in my lungs. Those are your lungs. If they want to ruin their lungs, and I know children can't help it. Yes, I know, but it's addicting. I understand. It's a lot of things that can be addicting, but when are we going to get to the point where we win over food, where we win over substance? I said that human beings are the only ones that have a hard time figuring out stuff. Animals, they know, okay, if there's a bunch of berries over here or mushrooms that are poisonous, do you know animals know not to eat those? Because if they ate those, it would be suicide for them. Human beings are the only people are only creatures that do things that they know that it's damaging to their bodies and system. And they try to figure it out every year. I'm going to try to figure out how to stop doing this, how to stop hiding the chocolate when the doctor said, don't eat any more sweets. You're diabetic, you can lose toes, fingers, a leg. Don't do that to yourself. Is it to the point that we figure it won't happen to us? Not me, it happens to everybody else, but not me. Or are we to the point where we don't love ourselves enough to say, hey, I love myself, and if I got to restrain myself from eating that chocolate because I love my fingers and my toes and my legs, if I have to restrain myself, if I have to go take a kickboxing class or go take a sewing class or get something to do that's going to write a book or do anything, sing a song, write a poem to get my mind away from the things that actually can devastate me or begin to take my body down to a bad place, am I willing to do that? Am I willing to do that? And I know, and I know some people, and I heard this young lady years ago, extremely obese. And I said extremely because I know it was about 400 pounds. Extremely. And this very well educated, highly educated. Yes, the queen was educated, articulate. And she said, I gotta die from something. So ain't nobody gonna stop me from eating what I want to eat. And I thought, oh my God. Wow. What a choice. And she stood her ground. I haven't seen her in years, but I don't think she lost any weight. She stood her ground. And she's living. You know what get me is people, you see people like, I'm still living. It ain't killed me yet. And I'm like, ooh, okay. Well, that's a blessing, first of all. But why live? Because, see, they don't talk about what hurt and what's really going on in the body. You know, that's a faith and how they really feel about themselves. They don't talk about that behind the scenes stuff. You see another face. And how the struggle and the shortness of breath. And because you know it's a lot on the heart. And all I'm talking about is love yourself enough to make better choices. Love yourself enough to make better choices. And some people say, well, oh, they live forever. My, grandmother lived till she was 70 years old and she was obese. Okay. They probably had some different meat they was eating too, compared to what we eating now. I'm just saying. But still, I wouldn't chance it. You could go further, you could feel better, you feel energized. And at least you know that you are putting something in your body to at least live longer and make some better choices. At least to live longer. I'm telling you. I see a lot of sickness just in the belly area. You can see the sickness right in the stomach area, the belly area, where the stomach is protruded out. And I have a detox cleansing colon. This is cleanse the intestines and the colon. And how many of you know we hear about colon cancer all the time? Colon cancer. And I used to, wonder, had someone in the past pass away that had colon cancer, and I had no idea. And you'd be surprised that with all the information at our fingertips, you'd be surprised what we just don't know. We heard about it, but we don't research and we don't find out and we don't know. And I didn't know it was that severe with the pileups and different things. You can have meats in your colon from 10 years ago if they did a biopsy. You can have things in your colon from years ago. When I think about it, I used to eat, pork and all of those things. The pig has 50 diseases in just the pig, 50 disease. And it does not sweat. So all of the diseases are held in the pork. Look it up. Research it. Research it. And I'm thinking, ooh, I got the detox because I done had some pork. I used to love bacon. Pork chops. Oh my God. Pork, whatever. Pork. Loved it. Parasites. So get your body in a healthier place. You know, a lot of people, they'll think about it and meditate on it. And they say, I'm going to start to do something different. And they'll eat a salad here or there, a salad, you know, piled up with stuff. I mean, the salad is saturated with dressing and everything. Make you some natural dressing. Get a soft avocado, mix that up with some lemon juice, a fresh lemon, and squeeze that, or a lime, and make that your dressing. Start doing some creative stuff. Give your body some awesome, some great things, you know, so you could feel different. But I love to share the Detox Cleansing Colon. This Detox Cleansing Colon is $33, and it has 30 capsules in there. So I usually take, you can either take one capsule in the evening. I usually say take it in the evening, like 5 or 6 o'clock. 8-ounce glass of water. You want to make sure that you hydrate during the day. And it's like just these little capsules. It's vegetable coated. Let's see if you can see it. Vegetable coated, and what it does is it doesn't break down until it actually gets in, you know, in the intestines, and so it can work there. So it can withstand the stomach acids. So it goes into the intestines and it releases in there. And it has some great things for some your flatulencies. It has something to scrub the colon. It has some aloe vera to help with the inflammation in your system. So it gets your system balanced. And one thing that I noticed that I feel is so much lighter. Oh, you'll be amazed. And when you're detoxing, salty stuff tastes even saltier. And sweet stuff tastes so sweet, so you tend to want natural things. I've had a couple of, let me tell you some of the things that I've heard from people when they took the detox. I had one queen that said, she said, oh my goodness, she said, my stomach was really hurting me when I took the detox. Not the first time, but I guess a couple of days later, it was really hurting me. And I just couldn't believe how my stomach was hurting me. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, well, did you eat any cookies or cake or sweet or junk or potato chips or soda? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, I forgot to tell you, when you're detoxing, you can't put junk in your body when you're trying to get the junk out, because your body is going to fight against the junk and it's going to hurt your tummy. So eat better, like things that don't have labels on the back. Eat fruits and veggies when you're detoxing. Drink water because you're helping your system. It's almost like, you know, you clean your car and you go pour more mud on top of your car. What sense does that make? So no, you don't do that while you're detoxing. It's trying to get your body clean and balanced so that you can make better choices and feel better. Okay? Get the inflammation and mucus out of your system so you can function better. Another thing, you all, my coffee, actually, if my coffee is cold, I don't even like cold coffee. Don't like it. Some people say, oh, they drink cold coffee or whatever. But with my high coffee, if it gets cold, it's so good, y'all. It is awesome. Okay, so where was I? All right. For all of you folks who say, hey, I want to lose 30, 40, or 50 pounds, you want to detox first. You want to get your body detoxed. But then you want to take your drops. Okay, so you take your drops And you'll take, this is made out of African mango, and it's called Superfull HCG. And what it's going to do is, it's like brain food. So it tells your brain to release the leptin levels to begin to burn the cellulite in your body. But you have to have a 1,500 calorie diet. So what I do is usually send you, this is a suggestion of the way you should eat. Now let me tell you, this is not for the lazy. No. If you want to lose weight and you are lazy, this will not work for you. Because let me tell you what the lazy will do. They will purchase the detox and they'll sit it on the dresser in the room and won't take it. Because lazy people don't have the strength to open the bottle and put the capsule in their mouth because they're lazy. So this is not for the lazy. The lazy people, they forget to take the drops. Now, this is the lazy now. So if you are lazy, keep your money. Do not invest in yourself until you have the strength to open the bottle and take your drops, okay? So this is for the folks who actually are not lazy, okay? So this for African mango, it tells the brain to release the leptin levels, okay? And you don't even, it suggests that you at least walk. You got to move your body. Your body is designed. This is why the belly is protruding out. Because your body is designed to move, to break up, to move and get that intestines moving and get everything moving out of your system. You don't have to keep wasting your body at all. No, you got to move it out. And get some papaya too. Ooh, papaya. I got to tell you about papaya. So anyway, 10 drops under the tongue 3 times a day. And it has a little syringe here. And so it's... So you hold it for 15 seconds, then swallow. So this is not for the lazy though, because the lazy will not open the bottle. They're going to say, this is what the lazy says. The lazy will say, and don't drink anything or eat anything for 15 minutes after. The lazy will say, I forgot. Oh, I can't remember to take that. But you remember to eat all day long. So instead of eating all day long, begin to put some things that can help you control your appetite. Okay? So again, you have to have a 1,500 calorie diet, because the reason why your leptin levels are so high and it's not released to do what it's supposed to do is because your body don't know what you're doing. You call yourself not eating some days, you call yourself eating late or over, you're stressed, you're all of these things that are happening, and your body doesn't know what's going on. So your body goes into, okay, emergency. We don't know when this person is going to eat. We don't know if they're going to drink water. They're always stressed. They're always on 10. So your body is in this state of emergency all the time. So now it's storing up the cellulite because it doesn't know what you're doing. You're not consistent on anything. You're not putting any healthy stuff in. So what the Superfull HCG does, it helps with the appetite suppressant of wanting to eat all the time. It tells the body to release the leptin levels, that everything is okay, and to begin to burn the cellulite. Okay, so this is something that can help you lose up to 50 pounds, so this would be about a month's supply. So with the detox, cleansing your body, you cleanse that because you can lose 7 to 10 pounds in a week with the detox cleansing colon, and that's just waste. That's just junk out your body, mess, literally. Okay, and then you get your Superfull HCG. Now, if you have high cholesterol, or you're also saying, hey, I'm a diabetic or whatever, I have also the diabetic. You can use the coffee as well as a meal supplement, and that will get that sweet craving that you're having, but it's giving you some nutritious stuff. The high coffee, but also the Weight Loss Ultra. And you could take these things together. I've taken them together. I love these products because I'm not nervous. I don't have heart palpitations. I'm extremely sensitive to any types of anything. Very much. And if anything makes me feel weird at all, I can't take it at all. I've been in this company since May 2018. And I'm telling you, I've taken other things previous to this, and I've felt weird. I've had not so good results, anxiety, dizziness, it's just all types of things, nervousness and all of those. Not with this at all. I'm very sensitive. My skin is very sensitive. So the reshaper that I wear, the material is amazing. I love when I assist queens with the reshapers and they tell me, wow, I cannot believe how comfortable it is, you know. So that's why it's good to get your measurements, get the right type of your right size and reshaper. And some people say, hey, I want it to be snatched, and they can go down to a smaller size, or they can wear that size, or it just depends, you know. If you want it to be really snatched and you're looking really serious about going down, or you just, you know, that's what the purpose of the sizing. But the Weight Loss Ultra is almost like eating apples and oranges, you know, with this. So you can detox, you can take your drops and your Weight Loss Ultra. Now I advise to take the Weight Loss Ultra right before your meal, because what it's going to do is it's going to help also break down your meals into your system. It helps breaks down the sugar intake as well. The nutrients, it helps with the curbing up the appetite, and it gives you natural energy. It's almost like when you, let's just say you are tired and you're lethargic and you just worn out all the time, and that's where I used to be. I've always been an anemic, so I do understand of being tired and don't have energy and can't function, and pushing yourself, you know, to a point that you just feel horrible, but you're trying to go anyway. But when you begin to give your body, because your body every day is trying to scrape and find out what you're giving it that's good stuff, you know, what can I benefit from what you're eating. You put potato chips and donuts, and it's trying to say, okay, what's in here? Nothing's in. What's in here? Nothing's in here. So your body is looking for good stuff so it can function at the highest level that it can. So when you give your body good stuff, you clean it out, begin to replace it with things like Smart Ultra has B1, B2, B6, B12, calcium, magnesium. Your body is like, now it feels amazing, energized, focused, because you have given it the great stuff it needs. And you'll be like, wow. So cleaning my body out and giving it the great stuff it needs so it can easily absorb because it's cleansed. Now I can focus, I can go, I have energy, I'm happy, I don't have the headaches, I don't have the aches and the pains and the inflammation and the mucus in my system, I don't get sick easily. Now you'll be like, what? What have I been missing? I remember being sick so long to being well was odd. We are not supposed to be sick to the point that we think that's normal. We are not. It is abnormal to live a life of sickness and not be well because of choices. A lot of them are self-inflicted choices. So now you have to undo those bad habits, and sometimes they can be years of bad habits. Undo that stuff. And a lot of people say, well, it's hereditary. I got this hereditary. You're right. You inherited that environment of mama frying the chicken in the lard and keeping it in the can for a whole year and using the same lard. You inherited that. You're right. That's environmental inheritance. Mama cooked this. She did it that way. My sister, we all do it. We use 5 sticks of butter on the biscuits, and we use 5 sticks of butter to make a homemade pound cake. That's hereditary. You're right. Environmentally. You learned that. That was your atmosphere. That's what you learned. That's why you all weigh the same and you look the same. Because that's how you all eat and you cook until you change those habits. If you don't know any better, that's what you continue to do. But when are you going to learn and say, okay, I want to learn something different? It got to be a different way. I didn't like paying medical bills and going in the ambulance and missing work and using PTO and spending money on medication. And I'm like, the more money I made, the more I stayed in the hospital or in the doctor's office from being sick. Because I wasn't taking care of myself. Something had to stop. It had to stop. It's something, what's going on? So it's up to you to make those decisions and to live a better life. It's up to you. And a lot of times, weight loss is the beginning. Weight loss is the beginning. Trust me, weight loss is the beginning. If you had a camera following you around, you'll be surprised how much you complaining. You think, oh, that's cute, my little waist and my hips and all of that. If I had a camera following you around, I'd be like, okay, you complain about that. Okay, you complaining about your feet. Okay, you complaining about your back. Okay, you complaining about... You don't even realize, because it's a part of your everyday normal life of you complaining and saying all of this stuff hurt to the point you don't even hear yourself. Get in a better place. Feel better. Be the queen that you are and live to the highest level, the better version of yourself, health-wise. Does that man want you healthy? I had a queen also say, her husband like her big like that, but do you like you that size? Are you healthy? That's what I'm saying. Is that healthy? Ask your physician. Well, I can't lose that much weight because I want to look healthy. I want to look good. But are you healthy? Looking good. You got all of that on your bones, your skeleton. Is that healthy? Okay? The physicians didn't go to school for like 14 years for nothing. With all of those tests and studying the human body, when they tell you need to lose weight, and your little 5 months of CNA, no, I'm sorry, 4 weeks of CNA, and you a doctor, 4 weeks compared to their 14 years in medical school, college and all of that, continuously. They don't know what they're talking about. I'm going to look sick if I lose weight. That's some crazy stuff. You need to stop. Y'all know I'm acting crazy today. All right, so just take better care of yourself. I know what it's like, when you finally realize that, wow, what I was doing was not good. It was not good, So that's what I like to bring, awareness to your temple. Awareness that if you're rebuilding your temple, rebuild it with the best stuff, rebuild it with the things that are meant to give you longevity, a lifestyle of health. Rebuild your temple. This is what you're doing. You're rebuilding your temple. Just let me ask you this. Ooh, Lord Jesus. If you were rebuilding the temple, would God be pleased with it? If he said, I need you to rebuild your temple for me, would he be pleased with the condition that your temple is in? Oh boy. Is he pleased with your temple? Is he pleased with what you put in it? Because you know what I was reading. Oh, Lord, I didn't mean to go there. I want to sign off, but I can't. I think it's Ezra, E-Z-R-A, like chapter 4 and 5. When they were, the Jews, Jerusalem, they were rebuilding the temple. And some folks asked, hey, I'm going to just summarize it in my own terms. some folks say, hey, you know, can we help you rebuild the temple? And they said, no, you know, we gonna rebuild the temple for our God. We don't need any help. So they got mad at them, and they went and reported them to the king and say, hey, king, you know, they're not supposed to be rebuilding that temple anyway. And what's gonna happen? They're not gonna pay taxes. They're gonna have rebellion going on. So you know what? I think you should stop them. So then, oh Lord, I ain't mean to go to this direction. So then the king say, well, yeah, they got to stop because I don't need no rebellion. So they go back to announce, okay, well, the king said y'all got to stop so you can't rebuild that temple. So then they stopped for a little while. Then they said a prophet came and told them, let's start building again. So they started building again, and it says God's eye was on them. God's eye was on them. This is in chapter 5. And I said, oh, Lord, God looking at you? Okay. So he was like, I can imagine God looking at them like, okay, build my temple. I bet you nobody, they better not say nothing to you. Build it. So then, you know, of course, the folks say, oh, they're building that temple. Who told y'all to build that temple? So they ran back to tell the king, they're building that temple again. So then at this point, they sent someone to talk to the king and said, hey, if you really check, the king before had told us we can go ahead and build the temple, and they would give us everything that we needed to build this temple. Everything. I mean, whatever, the oil or whatever we needed, the money, they were going to finance it and everything. We had to pay nothing for it. So we were already told this. That's why we building it. So then they looked back in the records and they found out that that was true. So they said anybody who come against them, we gonna take the main pillar of their house and pull it down and let their house crumble down and rubble. Okay? So some of y'all are upset because you get mad if you have friends and all when they decide to live healthy. And you go tell on them, or you make them feel bad, or you go put a bad report out because you don't feel like they need to be doing all of that. Okay? And you know who you are. You're not supportive of those folks being healthy or living healthy. And it could be someone right next to you. And they can speak against it. But God is trying to get some folks' attention. It's time to rebuild your temple. It's time to, and they had, and then they said the artifacts and stuff that were taken away because of Nebuchadnezzar or whatever during that time, they, you know, went through some things and they took some of the things that belonged to the temple as well. He said all of that got to be restored and sent back and put back in there. A lot of you cannot be in right standing until you start making better decisions on how to take care of your body. Better decisions on how to eat, how to feel better. You're destroying your temple. Now, I hope that helps someone because that actually blessed me when I read that this morning. I was like, wow. Imagine God tell you to start eating better. And I know, you know, like even with me, you need to exercise, you need to eat, you need to take your don't eat that, don't take that. Don't choose that. Don't do that. And it's down that still small voice that you hear, that you know every day I need to do better. Every day I need to do better. Every day I need to do better. And it's for a reason. It's for a reason. Because how can we stand before anybody else and tell them of the goodness that we've been given from our God and how he loves us, and we're sick and the first one in the hospital at the doctor and got a bag full of medication, but God is good. It's his eye looking at you saying, getting the temple right. Get the temple right. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. Make some better decisions. I'm just saying. So that helped me, and I was like, oh Lord, see, so a lot of time y'all want God's attention. When you get his attention, now what? when he looking at you, it said his eye, the eye of God was on them. You get his attention, now what? Are you going to do what he says? Are you? Health and wellness, thinking healthy thoughts, every day making better decisions so you can live a quality life, so you can be an example to others, that you're blessed. Sickness is not a blessing. Being sick is not a blessing. No. But is it by our decisions? And that's the thing. Was it something that we chose to do every day that got us in that place, in that position? So message me so I can give you a consultation on some things that will help you get in a better place so you can live in a healthier thought process and a healthier life, getting your body in a better place, losing that weight, feeling great, energized, so you can be a great example and let your lights shine and fulfill your purpose with happiness and joy and peace. Not saying that everything is going to be peaches and cream throughout life, but at least you're knocking down those strongholds of sickness and all of those things that have been put as pillars in your life that's keeping you from being the person you need to be. Okay, so this is Cy Lawson. You have a great Friday. I'm hoping to hear from quite a few of you that have in your heart to do better. And don't think about the money. Let's make the first step. Take the first step of saying, I got to at least take the first step and call Cy, message Cy so she could talk to me about what I'm doing. Because sometimes it's things right in your own house that you can start with, okay, to get yourself in a better place mentally on, living a healthier life. So looking forward to hearing from you soon. I love you. I love you. Thank you for tuning in. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Know that God loves you very much, and I do too. Have a wonderful Friday.